And we're live. Welcome
You
back.
gotta make sure that that's on point.
Yeah, exactly. You never want to have that awkward face when you first come on. You're like, because LinkedIn will do that to you. It's like they'll freeze you in the worst possible frame for that little thumbnail. So, but welcome back, everyone. We are back for season 3 of the Workplace Wellness Hour. And we are kicking it off with a LinkedIn Live, and we are live here on obviously LinkedIn and on YouTube. But definitely excited to be back. I have missed you two so much. Can I say?
Me too.
My Mondays are not the same without you. It's one of those things where I love football, but Monday Night Football versus you all, I gotta say, you all win out. Unless my team's winning, you all win out. So. So one Monday out of the year, I might be like, oh, I missed it. The rest, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'll catch the replay. But how's your summer been, you two?
Sumana, you first. Let's hear yours.
Okay, no, it's been, first of all, Felipe, thank you so much, and welcome everyone. I'm so happy to be back doing this live. It feels like the summer went by really, really fast. I definitely missed Ashley a lot. I've been in contact with Felipe over the summer, so haven't missed him that much because he's just been in my vicinity, in my radar so much that it's hard to miss him. I can't miss him. He's always there, which is
like
amazing.
Annoying brothers you can't get rid of. Like,
I can't get rid of him. I can't. But no, the summer's been great. I've loved. A lot has happened over the summer. I moved. There's a bunch of stuff. It's been relaxing. Wow. We've launched the Jetty Wellness Ambassador Program. I have a garden now. Michael's been growing some vegetables in the garden, so I'll tell you more about that later. But it's just been a summer, like you said, Ashley, in our pre-live. It's been a whirlwind summer. I felt like it went by really fast, but so many positive things. A restful summer, and I'm just so happy to be back.
Yeah, I agree, Sumana. It has been a whirlwind summer, but when I was like preparing for this episode and thinking back, I don't feel like the summer burnt me out at all. Like I had something happening constantly, but it was really restful, and I was able to make time for rest and actually like create practices around resting, and it's been really helpful. So this has been a great summer for me too.
Love it. And you, Felipe, how was your summer?
My summer was good. It was involved a lot of different things, everything from starting a new job at PRB, which has been an amazing experience. I gotta say, it's a Population Reference Bureau, and it's been 5 months now, and I've absolutely loved it. So it's my 5th month, I should say. And
that went by so fast.
It did. So we did a little small weekend getaways here. One of our favorite places, the Hyatt Regency Chesapeake Bay, right here on the East Coast, and it's a little resort that's halfway between here and the beach. And when you're on that resort, you just kind of forget that you're in the middle of your state. You kind of actually feel like you're far away, like an island almost. So we did that a couple of times with the kids by ourselves. And and this time, I gotta say, Copper came for his first hotel resort stay. So loved it. Just being out by the sea air, there's something about that I just loved. But walking around the hotel, it was really weird. And then, you ready for this? I've shared, I'm not going to go into detail, but I've shared that my 92-year-old mother that I talk about on LinkedIn a lot, she just had hip replacement surgery, and that hip replacement went well. She'll be home soon. But we went to go visit her, and she called me on Friday, was it? And she's like, guess what? I go, what? Dogs are allowed to come visit me. I'm like,
ooh,
it's over.
She was out of the main hospital and in the rehab area. And she's like, yes, Tuesdays are dog days, but for the rest of the week, you can bring our own dogs here as long as you have proof of vaccination.
Oh,
I called my vet, and I told my vet, I said, is this something that y'all can send me? Like, they were more excited than I was. They were, that's so great news. We'll send it to you right now. I've taken her twice to go see her, and she loved it. It just brightened her day, and he did really well. So that's where my summer ended up, is with all that, but it's been a beautiful summer.
Yeah, I love that a lot of us have had a really positive, energizing, beautiful, restful summer. I'd love to know all the folks that have joined us on LinkedIn Live. Give us one word and tell us how your summer was. I think a lot of us, here in this group, we definitely feel like it was, for me personally, I know I felt like this was the summer that I needed, because last summer was super busy and I felt like I was doing a lot. And then this summer, we finished this sort of big kind of project in June. So July, August was like, okay, I can breathe, I can relax, I can do things for myself that I enjoy. Not that I wasn't, but it just felt like I've been kind of like yearning for a summer like this for a long time after COVID. And I think 2024 summer by far, I think would be one that I would say kind of hit all those like positive notes.
Well, also, Ashley, we can't forget that Sumana's in love.
Simana's in love.
Look at her turning red. I love it.
Oh my God, stop.
Well, listen, while she change real quick, I just want to highlight some of the comments here. People that joined us here. Leon from Brazil here. We're going international. We're going international still, another continent. And then we have, let's see here. We have Julius. Thank you for joining us here. And then we have Laura. Laura's saying hello. It's great to see you here, Laura, man. And Raki Flores. I love Raki. She actually invited me to be on the live this Saturday.
Amazing.
So always great to see her. And then another great favorite, Aaron Gibson. This man is y'all need to check this man out. He's got some mad skills when it comes to like video editing and just behind the scenes. He's just an amazing superstar.
And Aaron's in Calgary, Alberta. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. Like, come on.
Brian Schulman, this man here with his partner in crime with Voice Your Vibe, and just Nancy Barrios. She has two last names. I always mess it up. Sorry, Nancy. But it's always great to see Brian, my brother. Thank you so much. And then we have Meredith. Oh, Meredith.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Meredith.
Meredith. And then let's see here. We have a lot of other comments from them. Oh, Leslie Flowers is here. It's good to see Leslie. Thank you for joining us from North Carolina. And then let's see here. Oh, okay. So Brian's asking about copper, so let me just show you real quick.
Yes, we need to see copper.
Let's all our garbage bags on, because when copper's on on live, no one's looking at us. Actually,
True, yeah.
Let's just turn off our cameras.
We
can't compete.
You want to say hi to you, buddy? Look up here. He's been a little shy today, but we'll see more copper later. But and then let's see. Oh, we have Sharon Binns here. So great to see you, Sharon. Sharon is one of the co-authors in the LinkedIn Love Affair. That sounds like a romance novel. It's not. It's an anthology, and it's a 3-book trilogy that we're all writing together with 36 authors co-writing.
Oh my gosh.
And it's going to be split up in 3 books, all launched at the same time. So it's going to be pretty cool. All right, we have a LinkedIn user. You got to tell me who this is, because I love seeing your faces instead of just audio. We love knowing that, but we don't know who you are. So can you put your name in there real quick?
I think that's Damien. I think that's Damien.
Oh, it was Damien last time. You're right. Okay,
yeah, because I see it says Damien, but then it says LinkedIn user. So maybe that's Damien. I don't know.
And let's see here. Who else we have? Oh, we have Lisa Marie. Not Presley. Calm down, but And let's see here. Who else do we have? Just want to make sure we have. Is it Agor? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thanks for being here. And Kishore, thank you as well.
Hey, Sandra's here.
Oh, wait, it was Damien Kinsley. So, Damien Kinsley, thank you very much. And thank you, Aaron. It is Nancy. It's Nancy Deborah Barrios. I always say Nancy Barrios Deborah, and I just mess it up. We got a lot of people. Margaret Ackroyd. I love seeing Margaret. I always think of Dan Aykroyd when I see her name. I don't know why. Oops, I always forget. Where'd it go? No, that's not it. Wait, I just lost her.
Oh, hi, Harper.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, Harper.
There's Margaret. And and we have Catherine. Thank you, Catherine, for joining us here. And then Sandra Wise. Sandra Wise has always been a great supporter of the rooms. And we have Julia. Oh, wait, hold on. This is not being. All right, there it goes. There's Julia. Wait, yeah. So Julia's in LA. And then Kimberly as well. And last one here. All right. So that's it for the comments right now. Kimberly, thank you so much. And so what's going on? What's going on for this next season, you all? What do we have coming up? I mean, we talked about a lot. We've made a lot of promises at the end of season 2.
We should have probably watched that video before we came on live.
Well, I went back and I made a few notes because I remembered it was like we promised a lot. It's like, can we deliver these promises? And I think we can. The only one that I sent out there that we promised, or I shouldn't say even put you on that boat. I made the promise is that we might have some random prizes and giveaways, and I did give a prize
Yes.
Starbucks card to Meryl Cass. So
Yes.
so that will be another thing that will be a little random thing that you'll see is we'll have random opportunities for small prizes. I say small. I'll buy you a cup of coffee, y'all, or a cup of tea, or your favorite frappuccino. Calm down. You're not gonna go out.
I'll happily give an Amazon gift card, or we'll figure out a
As
way
will
to make.
I.
Yes, let's definitely support, the fact that a lot of you come to our shows.
Yeah.
I know for me, one of the things that I've been sort of thinking about, Felipe and Ashley, is there's been a few people that I've spoken to over the summer. We've all sort of said like summer's been great. There's been a lot of time to think about all the restful things that have happened. The entrepreneurs are also thinking about launching some new products, etc. But the thing that's been consistent, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, is the crisis of finances right now and the cost of living and the way that things are with housing, with food costs going up. So a lot of people that I've been talking to right now, when I ask them like, hey, what's your biggest stressor? The answer that I'm getting back is financial stress. Of course, there's workload stress for sure, but then a lot of people are saying financial stress is something that's been at the top of their mind. And young people my age, are starting to think about what do we need to do to ensure that our retirement, our next month's rent, how do I survive? My 21-year-old sister is thinking about that. Like, what do I do? How do I get a job after I graduate from university? So I'd like to kind of bring that to attention and maybe talk about that. I did connect with this really amazing Calgary, Edmonton-based financial wellness
Amazing.
subject matter expert that I'd like to maybe bring to the show to talk about the physical stress that you experience from having financial stress. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. I love that. I was gonna say on my list of things that I did this summer to keep myself from getting burnt out is I actually got a roommate.
Oh,
And yeah, part of it is because of what you were talking about, Sumana, just the stress of having my own place and having to make rent on my own every month, starting up a business in year 2, still building that. I realized that I wasn't able to go out and do as much fun life stuff because I always felt guilt about it because I was like, I need to make rent. Why am I not working all the time? But I'll tell you what, getting a roommate on August 1st, my life has completely changed. The rent is half, my expenses are halving. I'm able to paint without guilt anymore. I'm able to go to the park and just relax without as much guilt. And I mean, Ashley 2 years ago, if I told her that she was going to have a roommate in 2 years, I'm sure I would have felt bummed about that. But I'm like obsessed with my roommate. And I also just feel so much better. Like there's nothing wrong with having to reassess and make some changes to make things work.
Yeah, it's a nice added safety factor to have another person with you. It's always nice to have. But that financial stress, I mean, look, the small things add up. The small things that we do to maybe I don't go to Starbucks, daily. Maybe I only go once a week. That's a huge savings.
Yeah.
But we make choices. It's just, do we want to sacrifice one choice for another in order to be financially sound? So I think tips are really important. But to your point about retirement, this is one of the reasons I think when you asked me, Sumana, if I wanted to do the Workplace Wellness Hour with you 3 seasons ago, one of the things that I want to do is I wanted to be able to give some of this information back that seems like it was like well-kept secrets at work. And in the workplace, a lot of people were not sharing certain things that the company wouldn't have to spend any money on, but it would help the employees be more financially sound, knowledgeable, literate. One example is something I'm working on right now with the company I'm at right now, PRB, is they have brokers that they've had for so many years, and no one knew to ask the brokers, hey, do y'all do financial one-on-ones for our employees? I know very well that they do, that's part of their normal offering. They're like, oh, yes, but we only do it like 1 or twice a year. Like, that's all we're looking for. 1 or twice a year for our employees. Each employee would be wonderful. And these are individual one-on-one sessions where they're confidential. They don't share anything with me. And it helps you kind of get a game plan or idea of where you're at, what you might need to do. Look, doing those financial one-on-ones is what got me to really start being effective in emergency savings. I was horrible, never had it. And one small example of what I did that's improved my financial savings. And when you kind of focus on your future and your retirement, even though you're young, let me give you a little trick or a little insight here, y'all. every year you get older, your retirement gets a little bit more important. And it's only going to get worse the older you get. Oh, I finally got through to her. There you go. That hit home.
It really does.
The stress
Retirement-
is never get less. It's only going to get more if you don't do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is something that we should collectively be talking about. So I'd love to, keep this conversation going. And I know there's a lot of people talking in the comments, Philippe. If you want to bring a couple of those up, I did see Aaron say something about a bag of groceries costs about $100. It's 100%. Like it's what I used to be able to think about what groceries used to cost is the prices are exorbitant now, and it's not just that the rent has gone up. Mortgage rates have gone up, and I've had to do a couple of those financial investments myself, and thinking back to where things were, and then thinking like, oh, it's been 4 years now since I've left my full-time job to doing Jetty Wellness full-time, and having left that stability to this. And there's times I tell Michael, like, this is probably the most I've ever been stressed. I wasn't even stressed when I quit my job because it was during COVID and all that stuff. It was a different type of stress, but now the stress is different because you're like, I literally need to make sure that I have, money to eat and do all the things that I enjoy doing. Gym memberships have gone up, literally anything you can imagine. Haircuts have gone up, so I'm not getting my hair done as much. Massage appointments have gone up, so we tell people, hey, go to your massage, go for self-care. And a lot of us are like, well, I've maxed out by my health benefits because massages used to be $75, $80. Now they're about $120 for an hour. So if you'll get about $1,000 of massage benefits, you run out of those pretty quickly. So I would love to kind of maybe just talk more about that in our seasons, in our episodes to come. But yeah, maybe just see some of the comments out here, Felipe, as well.
So Gabe, first of all, Gabe, we're talking about you in the pre-live. Just a shout out to all the wonderful help you and even Leslie Flowers, both of you separately do your own thing to help promote all the creators that do lives and audio rooms. Thank you so much for what you do. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Leslie and Gabe's individual pages. Look for their, what I call Leslie's TV Guide, and Gabe's has a newsletter that's dedicated to audio and lives. But he says he spent one whole paycheck on a year's worth of ramen, basically, and so he can eat for the rest of the year. Now, I'm going to say this. I lived off of ramen, mac and cheese. I lived off of all that stuff in college. During the COVID, guess what? I stocked up on that, and I ate it all again. Now, like, when my wife's going away and I'm, like, by myself, she's like, what do you want me to buy you while I'm away? I'm like, give me some ramen. Give me some hot
mac and cheese.
I want easy, quick shit stuff that I can make and just throw it in there. So I love that, Gabe. Here's Aaron's comment where Aaron says one bag of healthy groceries anywhere from $75 to $100 right now.
Totally.
That used to be like 3 or 4 bags for the whole week, and you'd be good to go. And now it's it's ridiculous. Let's see here. Okay, we're getting into some inner not arguments. Here's a great point from Rocky. Rocky's talking about from a single mother's point of view, feeling every single thing it is scary because those things add up. Inflation and the interest rates finally going down for the first time in like 2.5 years.
Yeah,
a single parent out there, it's so much harder for them. So I'm so glad you brought that up. Ashley getting a shout out from Sandra Wise, just telling you how awesome you are.
Thank you.
And then Leslie Flowers sharing here. Let's see. Stats say, however, that there are plenty of jobs, so I wonder if it's on us and being disciplined and motivated to work. So very interesting set that you bring that up, Ms. Flowers. Sorry, I don't know which one it is. Going back to like elementary school. Call all your teachers Ms. Don't say Mrs. or Miss. Just go with the Ms. It's
Ms.
MS. Go for MS. MS is the safe thing.
It's like you don't have to worry about it. It's the neutral way of saying things.
But Leslie, there was a PRB, Population Reference Bureau. They just did a webinar this past Thursday specifically around the workforce and the future workforce. And one of the stats they shared is if every person in the world had a job today, we'd still have like 1 million jobs available.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and that's shocking. So to Leslie's point, is it on us being disciplined and motivated to work? That's maybe a debate for an audio room. Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah.
And Sandra says she totally agrees on self-sacrifices. Thank you, Sandra. Let's see here. What else do we have? I keep on hitting the comments and I don't know what they're saying. I'm recession-proofing myself. I'm using water for my dishes and then using the water for my plants. And buy seeds at the dollar store and grow plants or your own vegetables. I gotta say, I absolutely love that. I was waiting for a punchline, Gabe. I'll be honest. I was like, I thought you were going to make some comment about the water, reusing it 3 times. I'm glad that you were legit about that. And I think that's something that recycle, reuse, reduce the whole thing. You gotta do it, y'all, because it makes a difference.
We've had to just as a sidebar to Gabe, I don't know where you're from, but in Calgary we actually had a big water main break over the summer, which happened like literally in the beginning of summer. The main water line that brings water to the entire city broke, which was under maintenance for a long time, and they kind of knew that it was going to happen, then it did. So this reusing your water for dishes, trying to recycle the water was literally what the city of Calgary was telling us to do. So we weren't allowed to water our yards, so everyone's grass looks like really bad. But ways to kind of like, if I make a kettle of tea, I'll use that water again to water my plants because we weren't allowed to use water. So we were under strict water restrictions for the first kind of half of the summer. And then it got better. Then we went into like phase 2, phase 3. And now it's kind of gone back to some other weird phase of us having to like just think about water. But what it made me realize by doing that just for those 2 or 3 weeks is I'm so much more conscious now that I can reuse water and I don't have to like let the water run for like reasons that are sometimes you don't think about it. But even just like if you wash, rice, for example, we eat a lot of rice in my community. But if I wash rice, my mom's like, oh, you can use that water to put it in some plants and the starch helps them grow. So little things like that, I think the water restrictions made me realize that there are ways to do it. And then we ended up getting like a big barrel and collected rainwater to water the garden to grow our plants because all our neighbors were doing it. So the water that potentially just goes to waste, we just collected rainwater to like water our garden. And now we have some lettuce and some peas and some carrots growing, which is amazing.
That is amazing. Also, rice water helps your hair grow.
Oh, hey, that's a hot tip. I did not know that.
All right. Well, so I'll let my wife know. So Sharon here brings up a really good point. She's like, she's not sure if she'll retire fully, partially because she loves to do stuff and stay active. And with the economy, she doesn't know if she actually will be able to afford to retire fully.
I feel you, Sharon.
A lot of people are worried about that. That is something. Social Security. Look, by the time Ashley retires, is there even going to be Social Security? We have no idea. So, and if any of you don't know, Ashley Gen Z. Smana's millennial, and I'm the Gen Xer. Okay,
but we have a multi-generational workforce right here.
But here's the thing: with all the stuff that we're doing, the reality is that a lot of people still aren't going to be able to. But then you have people like Sharon, and I think like myself. I don't see myself just sitting down on the front porch, retiring, doing nothing, and like I'll be that grumpy old man. Get off my yard! Don't park there! I don't want to be that person. So I see myself doing something, and if I do something I love part-time when I retire and I make a little extra cash on the side, so be it. So I think that's okay, and it's natural progression of what's going to happen. But I don't know what, I mean, do you think that's more of a, no, you're being a workaholic, or is that more of a, no, that's a balance that I think keeps you mentally active and physically active maybe while making a little money if you need it?
Yeah, I'm team that one. I feel like I also really love work. I hate to say it, but I do. And at least for me, my work is to create. It's to create artwork. It's to create curriculums. It's to create relationships. And once I get to a point where I'm like not working anymore, I can't even imagine that. Like I'm always going to be making artwork and building these relationships. But I agree, it's just going to look different. And I think that, I mean, there are so many studies that say that once a person stops working, they just degrade so quickly. And so I think that, it does keep our bodies and our minds up, but maybe it just shifts with old age, whether it's like more purposeful work, more joyful work. whatever the case is.
I'm all for like the 2 or 3 hour day, and then spend the rest taking
Me
the dog
too.
for a walk and having a cup of coffee out in the cafe. Yeah, I mean, but give me something to keep my mind active. That's
Totally.
I mean, that's why I think my mother, who's 92, part of the reason I think she is so mentally so with it is because she's a forever learner. She was a teacher. All the teachers out there, because y'all are awesome, but you all instill in us to be that forever learner. And when we do that, I think it helps us stay active and it keeps our minds sharp and hopefully reduces our chance of getting dementia. But Gabe mentioned a comment here. People who have multiple kids. Okay, I got 2 kids and a foster son. That's a lot. 4 kids, Gabe.
Wow.
And and I know people out there that have 5. Then you have people that have 15. You have Michelle Atkins, who's the super mother. There's so many people out there that are dealing with this, and sometimes it's mixed families. They 2 families married and came together, and now you have stepchildren. Your family can double like that in a heartbeat. Which what happens? Your food, your finances, and how about when those kids get older? What if they're all 4 boys? Have you ever seen 4 teenagers eat? They will empty.
It's scary.
Oh my God.
Have you seen the cost of makeup? Like, do you know how hard it is to be a woman?
You don't need makeup to survive. You need food to survive. Okay, I'm not giving you that argument.
Also, hair products. This hair doesn't just happen like this.
I was gonna say, can we get some women here, like putting some comments about how expensive it is just to be a woman?
You know that during the pandemic, beauty supplies took a huge financial hit because people stopped buying deodorant, toothbrush, makeup as much because they didn't need it during the pandemic.
What?
And yeah, it's significant. Go look at the stats of how much the revenue went down in those companies. It was significant. Because guess what? Because y'all could survive with it. Right? Food did not. Food did not go down.
Yeah, but then what happened to our mental health? We had to pay for that after COVID to be like, look at me, I look like a hot mess.
I think
our moms kept saying we look tired.
Wait. I'm envisioning a self-help do-it-yourself video with Sumana and Ashley showing you how to make makeup out of avocados and tomatoes.
And rice water for your hair.
You're already doing it. You're already living it. So, financial tips that will help you. So, honestly, we did learn a lot from COVID. Though. I gotta say, we learned how to sacrifice some things during COVID that are financially wise things. We joke about it, but we did learn how to do it.
That's so funny. So just to keep the conversation going, I'm loving the comments here, by the way. Thank you so much, folks. You guys are great. I saw a message from Restream that says something like you have 100 comments on this video. So I'm like so appreciative of being here and really just loving this conversation with all the folks that have joined us live from all over the world. Now, I do want to say, I was going to say for Workplace Wellness Hour, the other thing I've been thinking about, Ashley and Felipe, is how do we bring back this conversation about neurodiversity? I know we've touched on that a couple times now, season 1 and season 2, but I want to bring that back up, not just as a productivity metric, but like, how do we appreciate and respect neurodiversity in the workplace? I'd like to kind of pick your brains on that one a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we need to reach out to somebody who is actively out there advocating for neurodiversity and invite them to come and speak on our show, because I think that's really what we need is somebody who is living it, who understands it, and is out there advocating for it that can help us get better, what we could be doing better, because some of us are neurodivergent, some of us live with people that are neurodivergent, different levels of neurodivergency. So the reality is we don't have all the answers, so it'd be great to have someone. So if any of you out there know somebody that would be willing to join us on our show and talk about it, let us know. Send us a DM. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. Something else that I wanted to bring up in the vein of just how uncertain times are now, I would love to have a show that in some way
Oh, Ashley, we're losing you. Come back. Turn your video off and come back. Turn your video off and come back. Yeah. Turn your video off and come back. I do want to hear what she has to say, though, because I think that's such a great comment. And while she comes back, Felipe, I know when we did our end of season show, we had a lot of people tag some incredible speakers.
Yeah.
So we might need to look at that list,
Good
because
point.
while I'm looking for financial wellness experts, I'm looking for neurodiversity experts and speakers and people who are passionate about mental health. I know that's always been something that's so closely tied to workplace wellness. So if you know anybody, please do tag them in this chat, or DM Felipe or myself or Ashley, because I think it's important to have these conversations. Again, like I said, not just through the lens of like, how do we increase productivity and engagement in the workplace? I just want to be able to connect and respect and be able to hang out in the lunchroom or in our Slack channels and team channels and be able to communicate, with our team that is not just generationally diverse, but also neurodiverse.
I love it. And I hope that I'm going to go back and made a note to go look at who got tagged. And I know there was a number of people got tagged. So I'm just going through some of the comments here. Again, people got mad skills on how to find deals. And one thing I learned, I was watching a news report, and they were talking about how one of the things that Gen Z is. Oh wait, is she back yet? No. One of the things that Gen Z has been doing, that it's funny, when my wife started doing it, she didn't think about it, but now it seems like everyone's doing it. And I'm curious if you do it, Samana. Going out and shopping at 3 different stores because of the different deals at each store, instead of just buying it all at one store.
100%.
I
do it all the time.
And that's something that my wife, I remember when our kids were young, she hated doing it, but now she's like, it's just the best way. She has her list, she goes to the 3 stores, knocks it out. And again, it's a sacrifice to do that, but you save money overall.
100%.
Significant savings.
Yeah. 100%. We definitely go to a specific place, like for example, there's a specific brand of oat milk that I like, and it could just be $1.25 less in one particular store, and it's always like that. Or they could have a sale where you get 2 for like $15 or something. So I know that. And then it's like, I got to go there to get my oat milk. I got to go somewhere else to get my meat, and then I got to go somewhere else for cheese that I like. But it's that process of being very strategic about where you go, and if you do, you will end up saving a lot of money. And that's just something that I hate doing it sometimes, but I just kind of make it as kind of like, okay, I'm this whole day, the next 4 hours is me having to go to all these different places. And once I have sort of my roadmap figured out, and even on Amazon or like, deals that come through online, sometimes I'm sort of waiting for those, like for Nespresso. I drink Nespresso. So for me, I'm always waiting for their 20% off or their, premium membership deals. When you buy, say, $100 worth of coffee, you get $50 worth of coffee for free. Like things like that, where in the past, I wasn't as cautious about it. But now I'm like, nope, I can save a little bit of money here. Let's do that. And speaking of money, and even just for business owners and entrepreneurs here, kind of think about looking through your credit card and see like where you're subscribed to. I unsubscribed to a lot of different memberships that I actually wasn't using. So sometimes you forget that you have these sort of monthly subscriptions and annual subscriptions. So look at your credit card and figure out like which ones can you get rid of? Do I need all the different media channels, or can I just focus on one because I'm probably only reading New York Times? I'm not reading all the other ones. So I had to go back and like delete and cancel a lot of subscriptions. I ended up saving like at least $100 by doing that.
No, it's funny you say that because the annual subscriptions. So I know y'all probably seen that. I don't know if it's a Rocket app or some app out there that will tell you all the different streaming services that you're signed up for that maybe you forgot about. And so when my mother was going into the hospital last week for the hip replacement, me and my siblings were all talking about, just our finances and make sure everyone had everything. God forbid something happened,
Mm-hmm.
And then we're looking at, I was like, has anyone ever looked at mom's subscriptions? I'm like, no, actually I haven't. I go, give me her phone. So I looked at her phone. Oh my gosh, she had clicked on all these apps. Some apps were like $59 a month. One was that high, and it's like, and things that it wasn't like she had like 15,000 of them. There was probably like about 5 or 6 of them that were like significant, that were like $2 up to $59. My point was that they're so slick about it because she's still pretty sharp. She knows not to answer certain calls. She knows which are phishing emails. She gets it, but these things are so savvy. You have to be careful. So check those things. Check the subscriptions you have for streaming. Make sure you're not paying for 2 Netflix, you all. It's so upsetting when you realize it. And sometimes we're like, oh, I'll do it later, and you just forget about it.
Looks like Ashley's having a hard time
Yeah.
coming back on.
Well,
Um,
let me show you some of the comments here real quick that we've got.
Yes. Let me troubleshoot with Ashley. Maybe Ashley, if you're watching, I would say close your desktop like window and then try to come back, or maybe use your mobile if you can,
Yeah.
because sometimes that works. We're not going to be live for too long, so try
It
to see
will
if you
work
can
from
come back.
mobile.
It will work from mobile. Yeah.
Well, welcome to a few people that joined us. Dr. Kimberly, thank you for coming. Catherine, I love I love how everyone's engaging with each other. That's one thing I love about lives that we don't have as much in audio, is that people get to say hello to each other and they're engaging, and you really see the whole community just come together, and then you see a bunch of friends meeting people for the first time. So it's nice.
Love it. Oh my God. I love these comments. I feel like this is the most engaged like live stream that I've ever been on. But I mean, I have to say, every single time we do a live stream on video, the three of us, we get a lot of engagement. So I'm really excited to kind of read all the comments.
I can't wait to go back and read them all too, because there's Gabe wrote like a paragraph there. Couldn't even display on the whole screen. But I'm sure it was gold. And so Samana, we got to tell people when the audios are starting, because I haven't posted it yet.
Ooh, okay. Should I say it?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, it is next Monday.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Our first audio room is going to be next Monday, which is really exciting. And we are. But there's two reasons it's exciting. One is because we get to do the audio room, which is this one on Monday, and then we do our Wednesday room Wednesday morning as well. But it's starting. Our first show is going to be all about how we rested this summer and what are some of the strategies that sort of we implemented, and maybe talk about the lows as well as the highs. So we're really looking forward to having all of you and your friends and your community join us for our first season 3 Workplace Wellness Hour audio live right here on LinkedIn with Felipe, who, by the way, I'm sure all of you know, got the LinkedIn Top Voice badge, the badge of honor. I wish there was a celebration, little confetti thing that I could do for you, but I'm so proud of you, Felipe. That was so amazing. And there's no better person who could have received that. And I'm just so happy that you were able to get that.
Well, thank you. So it's nice to be recognized. I'm going to just move on past that. And so the other thing that's coming up that's exciting is that, besides Felipe's 5 that's coming back, and
yeah,
we're tired of that or not, but we're going to have Fluellen's 4 and Sumana's 6. So.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, she's going 6. We're like, we're 4 or 5.
I'm like, wait, am I doing 6? Yeah, we'll do some. We'll make it work.
See if like 3 started with a J. You could or if your last name was Teddy, you're like Teddy's 3. But
yeah, no, that wouldn't work. I mean, 6 might be. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. But no, I'm really excited.
I shouldn't assign you. You should come up with your own. So I'll let you figure that out.
No, Felipe's 5. I mean, I absolutely love Felipe's 5. I think that's it's picked up so well, and we post that on our Workplace Wellness Collective blog post as well. So all of that content, if you ever missed it, it will be on the Workplace Wellness Collective website. But I love Felipe's 5. And then when we were brainstorming, we're like, we should do Fluellen's 4. So Fluellen, where are you? Come back. We're talking about you. And Sumana's 6, maybe it might be a bit much. Oh, she is back. Yay! That's exciting. Wow. There you go. Fluellen's 4. She's back.
It was like a magic. She said Fluellen's 4, and 4, you came right back.
Can you hear us?
Uh-oh. She's typing mad. Wait, we can hear you though. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Say something.
Talk. We
to
can
us.
hear. All right, we'll send a message.
Oh no, it's okay. Technical difficulties, but she's typing a message, but I can't see that message.
Yeah, I don't know where the message is going, but and if I was more confident in my sign language, and if I knew sign language, I'd try some, but I don't think.
Yeah, no, but I can hear her type. So there's definitely audio. Maybe she can hear us. Maybe she's typing in the group chat. We can hear you.
Maybe she's just doing it.
Say something.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
Absolutely,
yes,
we can.
Yes.
Can you hear me? All I see is Felipe's face, and Sumana just has a gray square.
Yes.
And I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh no! Come back. Why don't you? She can hear us. I'll join as a listener and comment. Okay.
Oh,
She says
wait,
she'll
wait.
join as a listener and comment. Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's too bad. Or just stay live because we can still see you and we can see you live as well.
Oh, she's gone. All right.
Oh, she's gone. Okay. Well, that's okay. I guess one other thought that I had for Workplace Wellness Hour, besides the financial wellness and neurodiversity piece, is I know we've talked a lot about mental health, and I know we're going to continue those conversations about mental health. Now, Felipe, you being in your new role right now, and I know you've been implementing a lot of these sort of wellness strategies within the workplace. I'd like to maybe kind of talk about like some of those real world strategies that you've used that I've used in workplaces that have worked. I think that might be a really good one to share with the community is like what's worked. Like there's so many things that we talk about, but like what's worked, what's sticky, and what can we now teach sort of other, workplaces to sort of implement as well.
No, that's one thing I think is exciting. So what I realized is over time, more and more people want it. They're hungry for it in the workplace, and it's something that when you see that, it makes it easy. Now, what I realized one is don't try to put a round peg in a square hole. Meaning, don't push your idea in just because it worked in another workplace. Don't try to make it work there. It's not guaranteed. Share the concept, share an example, and get the feedback from the team. Because if they're more heavily focused on the mental health versus the physical, wellness, then you might want to start off with something like that first. If they're more about the financial wellness, then you might want to start off with that. If you're able to do low level things, because here's the thing, whatever you do, it's going to take time to build. Don't do it once and say, no one showed up, I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh, yeah, it was the first time. It's okay. But give it time and communicate it out to people in different ways. Get people excited about and find some ambassadors to help you with wellness. Because when you have those ambassadors out there and you'll find them, you'll find the people that love to jog, the ones that love doing yoga. Those are your ambassadors, y'all. And they're the ones that can help you. But in the workplace, having some structure, making it fun, and having some rewards.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I love that you brought up ambassadors because I think one of the ways that, I've been speaking a lot about that over the summer is like myself coming to this realization that wellness has we in it. Workplace Wellness Collective. The reason we created the word collective is because this really does require all of you. Most importantly, we're just the messengers. We're just here to like show you that there's an opportunity to talk about these conversations, but these conversations would not really happen if you don't come to listen. So the we in wellness and the collective efforts that are required really does come from having, wellness ambassadors, cultural ambassadors, and really thinking about like, how do I now translate this message? I myself now for Jetty Wellness started to think about like, what can I do now to grow and scale the company in a way that I'm not doing all the work. Not that I'm not, I still love the work that I do. But if I want to spread the message about workplace wellness to a bigger, larger audience, I had to give up that control. So it went from me being a solo entrepreneur to me having a business partner to now me having ambassadors and them realizing that, hey, there's more to it. Me sharing the messages with them allows the word to be spread to a larger audience. So, I can hear you, but I heard you say, but the audio seems to have like sort of disappeared, but I can still hear you. Felipe. Oh, and we've lost Felipe. Oh, good Lord. Am I the only one here? I hope he comes back because this is his live and I don't want to leave until he comes back. Okay, there he is. Okay.
I'm getting phone calls in the middle of all this, and apparently it just frees up my entire thing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But you know what? You were talking about some important factors there, and I think when we have, I made some notes and it just fell off. So remind me, what's the last thing you were talking about?
And the we in wellness ambassadorship culture.
Yes. Yeah. And so, one of the things I think that people forget about also is that with the ambassadors, they are going to come up with new ideas for you. They're going to be ones that become more relevant ideas than what you had. So it's something that, again, making it fun. But I have somebody that I wanted to recommend for one of the, if not the first, one of the first guest speakers that we have.
Okay.
It's a young lady who I think in her name alone speaks to one of the topics you said that we should tackle. And where'd she go? Oh, here it is. That would be Ms. Nick, the gifted bipolar.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I mean, look at this comment right here. I can't say who is who, but I'm bipolar. One employee is bisexual, and one takes depression meds, and another has ADD. Guess what? As a team, we rock. And that right there says it all. This is what we need to do. We need to normalize this conversation. And people like Nick are a perfect example of what we need more in this world. It takes courage, it takes bravery, it takes so much effort to be able to go out there and talk about something that in the past has had a negative stigma. But here's what Nick's doing. She's taking that stigma and saying, screw you, and throwing it away. And she's showing people that might be bipolar, saying, look at my success. Despite the stigma of the bipolar, it's a part of who I am. It's not something that stops me from doing things. And she's been doing that so amazingly well. She's proven that it's not a weakness, it's her strength. And she leans into it, she owns it. And that's the kind of thing that we need more in this world. So Nick, I'm putting out there right now in the universe.
Yes.
We would love to have you as one of our first guest speakers.
Yes.
If you want to do it on a show of your choice, reach out to me. Or
no pressure.
But I gotta give Nick a shout out also because Nick is the one who brought those 36 authors I mentioned earlier for the LinkedIn on the LinkedIn Love Affair ontology, and it was her brainstorm to start off with one book. She's the one who then realized we could do more. She got more authors, and then it was her idea to do 3 books. So she's just, again, on fire. She does lives, she does audio rooms, she's an author, she's publishing books, she's doing it all right now. So kudos to her and people like her. And again, if you have other suggestions, we'd love to hear them.
Yes, please. I think I know our first episode is on Monday, so we're going to do the one I talked about is how we rested this summer. So do come to that one. But soon after that, yes, Nick, you would love to have you for episode 2. I am looking for some financial wellness experts as well. I am looking for mental health experts and folks that are advocates as well. I would love to talk about how do we amplify the we in wellness through ambassadorship programs. I think that's something that I've been doing a lot of research about over the last, the summer months. I think that would be a really good conversation to have. But Workplace Wellness Hour has expanded so much, Felipe, since you and I started this almost two seasons ago. And when I look at all of the content that we've done, they do strategically sit in some buckets of mental health, neurodiversity, generational diversity, work-life balance. And I know some of these topics may seem like we're repeating them, but we want to repeat them, like wellness conversations and conversations about education when it comes to mental health. Like it's definitely something that we need to say it more than once for it to be sticky. So we'll keep these conversations relevant, but also they might be some repeat ones as well.
No, I mean, look, quiet quitting, quiet firing, those were ones that resonate with people because that's one thing that I give you kudos about, Samana. One of the many things I give you kudos about is that you are passionate about research. You've always said it, but you prove it, and you find these topics out there before other people even know it's a issue in the workplace. You're on top of it, and that's where I give you a lot of credit for, because you're got your hand on the pulse of the workplace, and that's what makes, I think, a lot of our efforts so successful, is because you stay in tune with everybody.
Love it. And actually, we do miss you, but we'd love to see that you are in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I'm so sorry that this didn't work, but you know what? It happens sometimes, and sometimes you gotta.
5 minutes. So
we're still there. And folks, if you guys are watching, if you guys have any topics and conversation, ideas that you'd like us to talk about, I know there's some things that we will repeat. And Shannon said, Leslie Flowers, repetition is how we learn 100%. So some topics you will see that we will bring back, some new stuff, definitely some ideas through research that I always like to bring. If I see something that I feel like has a potential for learning, I always bring it up to Felipe and actually be like, what do you think about this one? Let's talk about this. Even if no one else is talking about it on LinkedIn, like I'd like to talk about it. So those ideas, but if there's something that you specifically want to talk about, for example, sleep, gratitude, community-based learning, what can we do to really empower wellness, not just within our remote work situations, but can we think about what wellness looks like when we go into the office? I think those ideas are things that we've touched on before, but again, would love to have more of those conversations in season 3.
Well, we're getting some people that are definitely starting to speak up in recommendations. Leah Garcia is a wonderful financial
okay.
So, Leah, if you're listening, I'm going to reach out to you or reach out to me or Samana. And then here's another wonderful one, Sharon. So Sharon is another person who's one of the co-authors in the anthology, but she would be a great person to speak about neurodiversity. She talks about it in other rooms. I've heard her speak, and she is really impactful in what she shares. And oh, we have a comment from somebody new.
Oh, who's that? I don't know this person. Do we know this person?
So conversation around continuing education. Yes, in corporate spaces. That's one thing that I think ongoing education, and we're not just talking about only degrees, just regular ongoing education is so important. And that goes back to my earlier comment about being a forever learner. So I love it. And Aaron, can't say better than that. Together we can. Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. So Felipe, I think we can wrap this up. I think I think Leslie Flowers said there's been over 200 comments on this live. I love it. This is probably one of the best lives we've had. I love that Ashley was here. Sorry that we lost her, but I know she's in the chat with us. But next Monday.
Yep, I'll be posting it tomorrow. Keep an eye out for it. We'll be back with our regular audio every 2 weeks. And same time, same channel, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yay!
So I can't wait. So I thank you so much. I can't believe it's season 3, but I am so grateful that we did this. I'm so glad that we have this friendship, this great collaboration, and now Ashley's been officially part of the team for a full season now. So I am so excited to move forward, and I can't wait for the exciting things to show in season 3.
I am so pumped because I think, I don't, it's weird. I don't know if you felt this, Felipe, but it's weird when the show had stopped. I was like, oh, it's on my calendar. Like, is Workplace Wellness Hour on Monday nights? You almost are like waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. Your body's almost trained like, oh, it's Monday. Yeah, I should be doing something. What am I not doing? And it was this. So.
It was this, but no, this is fantastic. I'm happy to learn. I'm always like loving learning from you and Ashley as well. So it's been such a pleasure that she said yes, but a bigger pleasure that she said yes to the second time back. So I'm so happy that everyone is here. And thank you for all the comments, everyone. And again, if you have any questions or thoughts about what we should be speaking about, we're always open to it. But next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, Workplace Wellness Hour, Season 3 is back on LinkedIn Audio. Let's go.
I can't wait. Let's go. So, take care. Thank you all so much, and stay safe. Bye, everyone.
Bye.